Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the difficulty tutorial for Mario Maker. And first thing I want to get out of the way is I know I'm going to be slightly redundant here with these ideas, but just bear with me because they're slightly different. But I want to talk about sort of good difficulty and bad difficulty, which is slightly different from artificial and design difficulty, meaning here's what I mean. Good difficulty, when you finish a difficult level with well-designed difficulty, you feel satisfied. It feels good to beat it. Feels like you overcame something due to your skill. When it's bad difficulty, or just sort of you throw shit out of there, when you beat it, it's not satisfying. It'll feel like, oh, fucking finally, Jesus Christ, like that sort of thing. It's gonna be shallow and unsatisfying, and it's gonna feel cheap and unfair. The challenge also should feel organic, and this is part of making difficulty curves. And from the start, here, let's try and make a difficult level. Now, your challenge should feel organic, not like you forced it. Not like... I hate this. People do this crap all the time. Like, don't put Koopas right there. I have essentially no time to react. I hardly got a time to look at what's going on, and I'm already like, fuck. I'm gonna get hit. Hang on, I think it gives me the invincibility at the beginning. Oh, it gives me either way. Cool. But yeah, some people put, like, you know, fucking this crap right up. At least this version I can see what's going on, but Jesus Christ, dude, just ease people into this shit. The hard part with Mario Maker is the difference, like, it's not like you have levels to progress with. You have one level, so it's either going to be difficult or hard. It's not like regular Mario games where you have all these levels and you can introduce more things as you go. You can start out the levels hard because they've already been introduced to these concepts in earlier levels. When you have to design one level, if you want to make it difficult, you already have to ease people into it because you don't have those previous levels to build on. So it's a bit trickier when you've only got one shot. But say, let's try and make something difficult out of the start. So let's try Paracoopa or Paratroopa, I don't remember which one they're called. Let's make sort of a tough jump. But leave it sort of forgiving. Not where it has to be frame perfect. Now with this setup, hang on, I actually want to move him forward one. Now with this sort of setup, I mean, you get a chance to see what's going on immediately. Some people are going to do that to get over it. Some people who want to take it the more safe route can, you know, oops, not do that. You know, they can just get rid of the Koopa first and jump it by themselves. Probably want to move that Koopa up a little more so you don't miss it. But yeah, you can start levels out with a challenge. You don't necessarily always have to start the first part of your level in a completely safe environment. I just say don't throw shit at people out of the gate where they didn't even have time to look and assess the challenge. That's not good. Don't do that. So, again, part of making a good challenging level is also you can present it as challenging right out of the start. Again, like this. You can deal with it that way, or you can climb it. So now we've already got introduced, there's going to be flying enemies, and there's going to be spikes. So now, if we want to build something else on top of that, let's try mushroom platforms. Even though it's the same as like building up kind of like regular ground, it's sort of a psychological thing by the way they look. They look unsafe, so it sort of stacks pressure. It's sort of a mind game. Color also plays a huge part into level design too. That's another video though. You know what? Let's introduce moving platforms. I wanna introduce moving platforms. Or you know what? Let's do the trail platforms. Let me real quick put up the things I want. Let's see. I want moving platforms. I need the ground. Let's get rid of that. Actually, I want to see this. Sorry, I want to see something real quick. Oh, cool. I didn't know what these could turn into. I just wanted to see. Alright, so we're gonna use paths. So let's say we're gonna jump. We're just gonna start it out pretty simple. Platform, put it on there. Let's use the saw blades. So let's do this. Let's have the saw blade up there. Let's make Mario big at the start. This is just for... Alright, let's move that back. You'll see why I'm doing this. Is there a platform that won't start moving till I'm on it? Does that one only move when I jump on it? Yes, okay, good. So, starting with that, you can see clearly there's a saw blade, but you're not in really any direct danger. And that's sort of to show... That's to show what's about to happen. Mega Man does this a lot, the original Mega Mans. They sort of present the threat before you're in danger, so you don't get anything out of the blue. So the next Spike Blade, we're going to put it low. We're going to have it actually be within the player's range to get hurt. Let's move that back. I need all my space. Ah, I should use that. So now the player can see that this one can clearly harm them. Ugh. Stupid. Get rid of... Ah, fuck it. Whatever. Alright. We'll do it your way, game. Fuck your way. There we go. So now... So it's like, oh, okay. You know, I can see the threat. I'm not in any danger, though. God, this thing moves fucking slow. But now they actually have to... Can you jump that? I don't think you can jump that the way it goes. So yeah, tweaking is obviously going to be needed. How about... What if we put it down here? You think the saw blade will show up, or... Oops. Well, I died on the easiest challenge. I'm trash. Alright. So again, we can see no real danger right away. But now we can see, oh shit. Danger, we have to jump something. Now we can take that idea and now let's make it even harder. And let's see how we make this harder. Let's say, okay, let's have an up and down platform and jump to that. But let's say we gotta jump off an enemy first. So in order to make it, let's put it back a little more. So now we still got our concepts of jumping on enemies. So now we got jumping on enemies, saw blades, and the spike balls. And we're still starting it out very sort of relaxed. It's not super hard yet. That's a bit slow. I'd say we should add more. We should add more enemies so the players doesn't end there sitting. Because that's kind of boring. We don't want people to sit there. Let's try that. Or maybe let's move him closer. Maybe slightly closer. So see, it's obviously a lot of experimentation. Me personally, I hate levels where I end up sitting there for like 10 minutes. So see, now I got jumping on enemies to get over the spike blade, but let's make that a little more fair. How about we have a paratrooper that's clearly out of reach, but you can see it, so you kind of get the idea. Hopefully he doesn't fly down to where he can hit me. Yeah, he can. But the player's still not in any danger, because I don't think he comes down low enough. Does he come down low enough to actually hit me? No, so we're good. So we're still good, so we can't get hurt. Also, maybe you might want to do something like rewarding players for the ones that did jump off of him. Maybe put, you know, put something up there. Put a mushroom for the people who did get up there. So, you know, for taking the harder route, you get rewarded. Having multiple routes is pretty good. Having options is always fun, especially in Mario games, where it's like, I can take the hard option, or I can take the easy option, but I won't get a reward for it. So now, maybe we can make this a tad harder. Maybe that still was a little too easy. How about we add another Paracupa? Or no, how about we add a spike? Let's have maybe some... Let's try a ball of spikes. And let me pick up this platform, just for the sake of debugging. And, oops. Just for the sake of debugging. I know it kind of actually affects the timing when you do it like this, but this is just for the sake of speeding up the tutorial. Yeah, I don't think I can actually make that. How about we do 2 then? So now we see the saw blade coming. You can pile on these things early if you want to make it challenging right out of the start. And then my suggestion out of this is after you've completed all that, then you should have a rest area. Give the player a second to breathe. Let's raise it up. So now we're gonna give the player a breather that they got up here. Maybe add coins or something. Because, see, the thing is, like, making your power-up scarce too is also a way to make it more difficult, but I still think you should give some leniency. And I don't know why people do this. I don't like, personally, people who design levels where you have to proceed by getting hit. I really hate that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, it's really annoying, and I suggest don't do it. I prefer levels that I can beat, if I have enough skill, I can beat it without taking any hits. So, one of the things I want to point out to you guys, which I really hate, is that I do get a lot. Don't design your levels around trial and error. That's really bad design. Like, don't say, let me show you. Say you have to get up here. Well, okay, how the hell do I get up there? Say it's like an invisible block right there, and it's like, well, I can't go anywhere else. Oh, now I know that's there, so the next time I'll just fucking... Because sometimes people I still can't make it. Because sometimes I see that, and it's like, it's all over the place, and your level's designed around trial and error. That's bad, because then your level's just grinding. It's just constantly dying, restarting, trying it again, dying, restarting, trying again, until you have the whole thing memorized. And it's not fun when you beat it. You were just grinding. It's not fun. And it also feels unfair, and you're gonna feel empty when you beat it. It's sort of those things, you didn't really beat it to your skill, because of your skill, you just kept trying until eventually, like, you remembered it. So another good reason to also make your levels that are gonna be difficult right out of the start is also players will know what to expect, so the curve won't be insane. You won't go from a very, very basic easy level to something bullshit hard. And that's why I come back to the idea of introducing your elements one at a time and then piling them on. But you can also introduce your elements while making it challenging. So that way, you know, that way it's like, okay, I know what to expect. And then cool, and then it's like, now I have a rest area. You can make the rest areas sort of easy. You don't even have to put enemies there. You can just, you know, just make it something where it's just a couple jumps. As long as they get a quick breather, that's good. So, another good thing is levels that are hard from the start. If they're hard from the start, the good thing is if you can wait and find the patterns through patience. So say like this, you know, I can obviously take the direct jump route, but if, you know, with patience, I can do that. Later, you can do one where you have to jump on his head, and you have to wait till he's at a certain angle, or you want to get it to where he's at the highest possible angle, and then maybe, like, let me see. Let's see. Let him come down, and try, like, and then say, you know, well, oh, you did it the hard way, so, or you know, you can see there, so through patience and trying to get your jump as high as possible, obviously not that way, but you get the idea of you'll be able to climb up, or, you know, just patience is a rewarding thing. It's good. And there's also this hard thing, and this is sort of a tough thing. How do I explain this? If you want to do one of those stages that's like Lost Levels, and you want frame-perfect jumps and perfect enemy placement, just understand that your level's only going to be fun for the most hardcore players. It's not going to be good for average players. They're going to get frustrated and give up really quickly. Which is fine. If you want to make that level, you can make that level. But that's just a warning. Because you can make those Kaiju Mario levels. I actually think Kaiju Mario is stupid, but you can make those Mario Bros. 2 levels, and you can do all that. But that's just fair warning. It's a very specific demographic. Now let's go, I pretty much covered all the topics, but let's try easy levels. So let's say you're going to make a level for somebody who's like rarely or if never played a Mario game. And again, I guess 1-1 is the perfect example of that. You want to introduce things in controlled, safe environments. So say, you know, you're going to want to start with, let's introduce question blocks. You probably want to introduce the mushroom at the start. Since this is Mario World, you know, introduce these blocks and what they do, so players, you know, there's no threat and they can just, and I know this is resembling 1-1 because it's just, that's a really good essential teaching tool. You know, same thing, you're going to want to introduce the easy enemies. You want Gloombas. Say 1. You will want to introduce jumping, which you probably get from the blocks, but if they run over the blocks, let's introduce jumping, make it easy. So now they know, oh, I gotta jump. I know, and then... Actually, this is probably a better way to introduce jumping. Would be doing this. And then maybe over here doing that. So now it's kind of like, okay, I get that. I can jump up here. Cool. Also, I'd move the Goomba back. I probably want to put the Goomba afterwards, to be honest. Immediate danger while you're trying to figure out, okay, I can jump. And it's like, oh no, enemy. Except Goombas don't pick them up and throw the piece of shit. Get in the fucking... Okay. Yeah, fuck you. You know, so let's say I probably want to keep things simple, flat, not too much going on. Maybe introduce the, let's say, the Koopa. So now let's also maybe introduce alternate paths. Also, don't make it too long either. You know, okay, look, I can go up and then maybe have, put a Starman in there. So they get the whole, oh, okay. I'd probably follow up the Starman with the enemies. So... let's put a couple Koopas and a Gloomba, sorry. You know, I can jump and go. Oh, okay. Probably don't know what it does. Probably jump. You'll notice immediately the enemies fall off screen, as opposed to when you bounced off of them. So it kind of tells you, okay, that makes me invincible. Fair enough. And then... huh. Would you want to introduce Yoshi? I want to probably do that in another level. I'm still playing with Yoshi and finding clever designs for him. Right now I'm playing with puzzle elements in Mario games, which is interesting. I kind of find it fun. Other people do. Cool. But yeah, I'm working on how to do puzzle platform elements. So yeah, that's sort of the basics and fundamentals to difficulty. I did get all of your requests for topics to cover, and I'm going to cover them all. I'm going to go in a certain order, because I don't think we should jump from the intro to, you know, like really intricate, like really intricate things. I did find the boss fight thing interesting. That's actually really tough to do, and I've been playing around with it. Making them interesting as opposed to vanilla Mario is actually pretty tough, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I'm finding all these creative ways. Another thing I would also really encourage you guys to do is straight steal designs. If you see one online, you're like, oh, I like how he did this, let me just download the level and modify it a little bit and make my own thing out of it. Or, oh, I like how he did that boss fight, I'm gonna copy it in my own level. That's not bad. Just don't take people's levels, change one thing, and then put it up. I think the rule artistically is you have to change it at least 40%, and then it's yours. It's 40 or 60? I think it's 40. I might be wrong. Anyway, that was the difficulty tutorial. I'm gonna do the level critiques on Thursday. That video will be up. You can send in your levels, and I'll check them out and make a video. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna cover next time just yet. Again, leave the comments on the concepts you'd probably like me to cover next. I know I might get to tension. That's a pretty cool one. That goes after the difficulty. I think that's a cool thing you can make once you understand difficulty. But I hope you guys found this helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps so I can make more of these. And goodbye.